Hello and welcome. My name is Margaret Gilbert from Corporate Contracts and I'm the Director of Corporate Contracts. So welcome, and these set of videos that you can find on YouTube and elsewhere are all about how to make procurement better. That is the aim and the goal. So welcome to the word on contract matters and about contracts. So corporate contracts is about three things. One is procurement consultancy, one is procurement training, and the other is in respect to contract matters books that I've written, a copy of which I have here, and you'll be able to find the more details about the contract matters book at the end of this video. So I work for both buyer and supplier. For buyers, I just look to ensure that the process is done well and to incorporate what's necessary into the procurement process. For suppliers, I assist them to understand what the procurement process is all about and to assist them to ensure that the proposal responses they put in to buyers covers both the technical and the commercial side that buyers are looking for. I hope that this gives you an idea about what corporate contracts is about. I look forward to hearing from you. Please feel free to get in contact through www.contractmatters.com or through my email, which is margaret@corpcontracts.co.nz. So look forward to hearing from you. And these videos is all about how to make procurement better. That is the aim and the goal. So look forward to hearing from you. Thank you for listening. Thank you. Welcome. My name is Margaret Gilbert from Corporate Contracts, and with me today is Tricia Cawley, and this is a series relating to the future of procurement. So welcome, Trish.
Thanks, Margaret. So this whole thing about the future of procurement, we have a long history in buying and selling.
We do.
And buyers and suppliers. So what are you thinking that procurement will look like? So maybe we should start with, where is it now?
Yeah, and you're right, and procurement has moved, and which is a good thing. It's at least moved from a basic admin type scenario to more significant in terms of expenditure, and we're now moving into obviously making use of technology, but not necessarily always the best we can. So we really need to be sort of focusing on the factors that is holding procurement back, and that is both procurement itself and also secondly in terms of procurement practitioners who are not always as fully trained up as they perhaps should be and don't look at things from a strategic perspective like they should do. So that is where procurement is at now. There's lots of good things going on, but there is also still misunderstanding. There's still misunderstanding from the supplier side, and so it's if you're talking about a passing grade, I would think that we're only really at a C and we should be more at a B plus. That's what I reckon we should be.
Sounds like we've got some work to do.
Yeah, there's some work to do, but I think things are changing and it's just a matter of being able to adjust.
Okay, so you've given me a good idea of where we're at, but what do we need to do now to improve it, and what are we looking for?
We need a better understanding between the buyer and the supplier. We need to work together more, which we don't now, well, not as much as we should do now, and we need to be looking ahead because technology is already here, but it's going to sort of be a factor later on, and that's coming along quite fast. So it's going to be a fact of having to manage that, and that is a big problem.
So I can see lots of discussion being needed, and also I can think from a practitioner's perspective, it's very easy to do the day-to-day stuff, but if we're looking for the future, maybe some different kinds of planning should go into it, and that's also going to come back to discussion both internally to the organisation as well as externally.
Correct.
So how does that work?
So we've got to continue with the business as usual, and we do, we've also got to sort of look at the big picture and sort of look at things from a strategic perspective, as in look a little bit further out rather than day to day. We need to look out 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, And with technology change the way it's happening and as fast as it is happening, what's happening now is not going to be the same as in 3 to 4 years' time. So we've really got to connect with IT suppliers and start asking and planning and knowing what the technology is likely to be in that time frame. And because IT has a significant cost to it, then the planning needs to be on the budget side as well as just the plan for what you need and want and require in 2-3 years' time.
Right.
Yeah.
So that brings some other questions to mind, like training,
Yeah.
because procurement practitioners are going to need to be upskilled
Mm-hmm.
into the changes
Yeah.
that you're talking about.
Yeah.
And even though there might be there's no quick fix,
Yeah.
I think the planning has to also include the training of people so that they can step into the new arena and really start to take hold of it.
Indeed, but it's not just training of the procurement practitioners here, because the fact that technology's come into it, then it's going to affect the whole organisation. So it's going to be a matter of training up the whole organisation rather than just the procurement practitioner.
Yes, because management need to understand what procurement is doing.
Correct. Yep.
And so does the finance department.
That's right. That's always been the case, but it's even more so. And so because the technology is going to be a costly factor, then management will need to know and want to know, and want to know that there is sort of a return in terms of like how is it going to make procurement better. So yeah, it's all sort of this kind of a conversation, and it has to occur.
Yes. And thinking about some of our other conversations, while technology certainly has its uses, it can't replace the decision-making process, which comes back to the people. So the training,
Correct.
both in the use of the technology
Yeah.
as well as the procurement processes, has to come back to the people being trained.
Yeah.
So
So if the training is going to happen, which it needs to, then it needs to have a broad understanding throughout the whole organisation about procurement and procurement requirements and needs and the rules and regs that exist already and will always continue to exist.
Yeah.
To make sure that it is done correctly, because you don't want to land up to be in a situation that you're moving your problems from manual procurement over to the technology, and because all you're doing is carrying your problems over. So you've got to resolve your issues and your problems, but make sure that you've got it sorted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the people actually know what they're doing.
Correct.
They know what they're doing.
And in terms of procurement practitioners, their training skills or requirements are more in the area of soft skills rather than the techie skills, which they already know, but they're just not great at communicating to the rest of the organisation. And it seems to me as we go forward, there's more of a need for procurement practitioners to have the soft skills.
Yes, yeah. I mean, I'm thinking in terms of staff meetings that in the past that I've been involved in, where you didn't know what the organisation was doing in terms of procurement, and then later on you'd find out that they were doing something pretty amazing.
Yes.
And were doing innovative stuff, and nobody in the company knew until maybe they read the annual plan, if they'd even got that far.
Yes.
Where it would have been really encouraging from a morale perspective for all the staff to know that these people were doing some amazing things.
Yeah. That shows that procurement people need to start communicating to the organisation as a whole, to tell them rather than keeping it a secret, almost, not quite a secret, but secret, so that it is a mystery to everyone else. Yeah. So it's time to actually promote, and procurement people are not great at promoting or advising or communicating in terms of wins. So it is time more and more. Because if technology takes care of the grunt work, which it will do, and great for that to happen, then that leaves plenty of time in terms of working with the organisation, because to make things happen from either a strategic perspective or a relationship perspective.